Welcome to A Shock in the Dark. I'm the narrator on a road trip around the United States, following your stories wherever they may take me. And this week, I've made it to New Mexico. And it's all because of tonight's letter. A letter from Albuquerque that includes an angel, a ghost, and a rock star. Hello, Shock. My name is Angel. I am a male. I'm 46 years old and I live near Rio Rancho, New Mexico, where I work as a low-voltage tech. That means I do a lot of installs, burglar alarms, fire systems, home theaters, and I'm usually in commercial buildings, but I was called to do a big security system overhaul on a residential place in Albuquerque, which is about a half-hour drive. When I saw the name on the order, I couldn't believe it. I'm not going to name names for privacy reasons, but this is a huge rock star that everybody's heard of. I had no idea he even lived in New Mexico. Without saying too much, this guy is known for making creepy videos. So I go over there, and sure enough, who should answer the door? It's Rockstar himself. And dude was cool. I asked him if he had any dogs because I had a very bad experience with a dog a while back when I was a kid. I always ask. He assured me that he had no pets. He also offered me a drink and even showed me around. He's got such a huge, amazing collection of all this super old religious stuff, crucifixes, Sacred Heart paintings, incense burners, ceremonial masks, statues, relics. This was a huge house and a huge collection. It's a mansion. So I tell the guy this job is going to take all day, probably around 15 hours or so. So about 30 minutes into the job, Rockstar says he doesn't want to hang around anymore. He says to help myself to anything in the fridge. He chucks me the keys and tells me to lock up when I leave if he's not back by then. He takes off, and I get back to work. This house did have a lot of creepy things in it, but I've done work for some weird, extreme churches, haunted house attractions at amusement parks, and I've met some very strange people in this business, and I've been in some dangerous situations, so it takes a lot to unnerve me. This kind of stuff, it just doesn't faze me. So I'm pulling wires and measuring and splicing when I hear footsteps coming down the stairs. I walk over to the entryway, no cars in the driveway, and Rockstar left, and I'm the only one there. It's kind of unnerving, but I get back to work. A few minutes later, there are those footsteps again. I freeze and hold my breath so I can hear real good, and yeah, for sure. Those are footsteps, no doubt about it. Again, no cars out front. I look at the top of this grand stairway and I say, "Hello?" But there's no reply. So I just go back to work. A few minutes go by and I get an idea. I put down my tools and walk over to the entryway to the bottom of the staircase. My plan? I'm going to stand there and catch what's making this noise. A few minutes go by and nothing. So I decide I should probably just get my work done and get out of there. And I'm about to head back when I hear it. There they are. The footsteps. Now I can definitely tell they are for sure steps on the stairway, but nobody is there. It's the weirdest feeling I've ever had in my life. I'm standing there, my ears are telling me someone is walking down the stairs towards me, and my eyes are telling me nobody's there. There were a million things going through my brain at once. I'm thinking, oh my God, there is a ghost right here, right now in front of me. But I'm also thinking at the same time, there has to be a reasonable explanation. Something's making that sound. All kinds of crazy thoughts are running through my head. Maybe I'm on a TV prank show, or maybe I'm dreaming, or having flashbacks, or I've lost my mind, I'm hallucinating, or there's a gas leak. All these thoughts taking place all at once in a split second in my brain. I don't know where this next part came from, but maybe I saw it on a TV show or something, but it felt more like my natural instinct. I just looked at the top of the stairs again, and I said, "Hello, my name is Angel. Sorry for the intrusion. I'm just here to install some equipment. I shouldn't be here long, so if you can just let me do my work, I'll get out of here as quickly as possible. Thank you." Silence. I paused there for a moment, actually hoping not to get a reply. I didn't, and I got back to work. I ended up finishing this job way ahead of schedule. Funny how fear can motivate a person. When you've got a job to do and you feel like you're in danger, you would be amazed at how a 6-hour job can become a 4-hour job. No loss in quality. I did a good job, but I did it fast. Then I packed up my stuff and just left. But here's where things got real. As I was loading my stuff into the truck, Rockstar comes back. He pulls up into the driveway, gets out of his very nice, unusual, expensive foreign car, and I tell him I'm all done. By the way, I wish I felt comfortable saying his name because he was so cool, and he gave me a very, very generous tip. He signed the work order without even looking at the work, and just as I'm about to get in my truck, I couldn't help myself. I said, excuse me, Mr. Rockstar, I apologize, but may I ask you one question before I go? Anything, he says, and I'm positive that he thought I wanted an autograph. But I said, there's a sound that I heard. It seemed to be coming from the staircase. It kind of sounded like
Walter.
I'm sorry? That's Walter. He's the man who built this house around 1931. I should have told him you were coming over so he wouldn't bother you. I'm really sorry if he disturbed you. He then handed me even more cash. Says, sorry about that, buddy. And trust me, it was 10 times more than the biggest tip I've ever gotten in my life. And he just turned and walked into his house and shut the door. I've got hundreds of stories, like from the time I was held at gunpoint to working with other famous people, and about 1 million Karen stories. But this is the one story that definitely sticks with me, like none of the others do. And it's really made me think about everything in a whole new way. Your show is great. I listen to every episode on Fridays as soon as they come out. Thank you very much. Keep it up. Sincerely, Angel, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate it. And the Shock in the Dark tour of the United States continues wherever your letters lead us on our journey. Next week, we head to parts unknown. Maybe it will be where you are. If you want to support this channel and keep me alive for a little bit longer at least, please do at least one of the following. You can subscribe. You can make a comment below. That helps. You can simply press the thumbs up button. That's good too. In the meantime, this is the narrator saying good night, wherever and whoever you are.